Well, hello there, ChavezzSlovakia. How in the hell are you guys doing? I was going through some of my Christmas gifts sent to me by subscribers. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go through a map somebody actually sent me of ChavezzSlovakia. Then I'm gonna check out some games that y'all have sent me on Steam. I'm gonna play some of those games. So this is a map of ChavezzSlovakia. Hold on, maybe I should download this and it'll be easier. The guy's name is Sam. Yeah, all right. Check it out, dude. Up in the top left-hand corner, we have the Sea of Titty Sprinkles. You got the little waves. You got the fucking birds and shit up here. And then you have, what is that? Actual Tactics. Oh, I need to be able to zoom in on this fucking map, dude. This shit is hilarious. Okay, wait a minute. So we have a reference to when Skitten kicked my ass at Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. We have Skitten's War Camp. We have Raging Fire for some reason in the middle here. Skitting It. What is that? iPhone's the shit. We have Nuvez. I'm gonna just blur this little picture out. It's a shield with tits on it. Thank you for that. This says Secret Side Hoe House. I appreciate that you got your boys back with a side hoe house. We got a flag in the top right hand corner. I'm assuming that's me. You Nasty Land. Where is Dr. J's clinic at? So yeah, we got Dr. J's clinic here between the Valley of Nuvez and Tabs Lake. Yeah, dude, this is a fucking map of ChavezzSlovakia, bro.
Nigga, no,
yes,
it's not.
Yes, it is.
All
dude,
right, let's see this.
You have, this is Dr. J's clinic right here. This is You Nasty Land. What is this? Wet Dreams Bay?
Wet Draws Bay.
Wet Draws Bay.
All right.
And the Penis Peninsula.
Hey, my clinic is between Wet Draws Bay and Bad Bitch Mountain.
Yeah.
Nigga, I am dope.
Deadlands is BHD's kingdom. Okay, he's got this little left corner here. The BHD army is over here. That's cool. He's by Bad Bitch Mountain. I feel that. I feel like he's not gonna be mad at that.
No,
and then Bad Midget Bitch statue. He just has a statue randomly at the corner here.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is pretty dope, dude. I actually fuck with this. What is this? Is this a Great Wall of China?
We're near China.
So we're at the bottom of China? Oh, Bouncer Island. So Bouncer's got his own island up here too. What is this? Sea of Remorse and what?
Compilation Pity.
And Compilation Pity. Okay. Fucking sweet, dude. Okay, hold on. Let me get the other picture.
That is dope.
Yeah, this is dope as fuck.
So they sent you that?
Yeah, it's my Christmas present. Oh, he's got close-ups. Okay, so I'm just gonna save all the close-ups.
Area 69.
Okay, hold on. I'm downloading it right now. Hold on.
Okay, so what?
Okay.
Tabs?
Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.
Oh.
So me and Skitten played Totally Accurate Battle Simulator a couple of times now, and I made an official video where I showed her kicking my ass at the game, and I lost pretty soundly. So she's a better general than I am. So I said, fuck it, you just control the army then. Genghis John sent me this message. Good afternoon, your royal Chavezness. Dear leader and all that is good and decent in the world, I know you and your jesters are known for watching videos and reacting to them, and I appreciate that, I truly do. You seem like the most intelligent of the trio, and I appreciate this. If there's any way to get me to read a message.
Really, Genghis John?
You put all that in there, and I will definitely read it.
That's how you feel, huh?
This guy said he laughed until he couldn't breathe anymore. So, this is a compilation of Reddit posts, and there's this guy, Roger, who is replying to all of these Reddit questions. So, here we go. So, you're in charge of the playlist in hell. What song do you put on repeat? That's actually a really good question. You answer it first. What song do you put on repeat in hell?
Let's see here. If I'm in charge of the playlist in hell.
In hell.
It would have to be a song called Head Over Heels by Tears for Fears.
Okay.
I love Tears for Fears.
Okay. Is that a good one?
It is.
What does it sound like?
You know, let's look it up.
Yeah, right. Let's
Let's look it up and play it. Just for the people.
Yeah, let's just do this. Okay.
Yeah.
In repeat for all eternity.
For all eternity, my nigga. Here it comes. You ready for the guitar solo?
Okay, I'm ready.
Huh? Drums. That's the drums. Wanted to be.
Okay, this guy says Around the World by Daft Punk. It's a pretty good song, but it's so repetitive that it will drive you nuts after a while. I know this firsthand. My dad was unemployed for a brief period. That's not funny. And when I was in high school, that probably wasn't the joke, but that's funny to me. And because of this, I usually locked my bedroom door. One night, I'd crashed on a friend's couch and forgotten that my computer's alarm would go off at 7 the next day. The alarm was set to play a random song, and Winamp was set on repeat. I got home about 3 and heard the song playing loud from my room and found several dents and shoe marks on my bedroom door. My dad beat the living shit out of me when I set the jumper cables. When he got home from the bar, he later told me that the song had been playing for 5 hours before he eventually just fled the house. What
He
the
beat him with
fuck?
jumper cables, nigga.
Because of the song playing?
Because of the song playing and the frustration of trying to get the door open.
Okay, well there you go. So that's that. What famous moment in history is greatly misconstrued by many?
You answer this question. And also, what song would you play in hell for all eternity?
Man, I'm such a terrible DJ. I'd probably play Little Dragon. Doom, doom, doom. Ritual Reunion, that's what I would play.
Let's hear this.
This is what I would play now. Over and over and over again. Just imagine people being
eternity
strung up by their skin, you know, beaten with cactus. Yeah, I think it's a festive torture song. Peeling off their eyeballs and shit. Yeah.
Shoving pineapples with spikes up people's assholes.
Yep.
Alright, I can see that. This is good.
Yeah.
This is actually the perfect song for
The
this.
demons just kind of chilling, like
Raping people and shit. Just, yeah.
they don't smile right because they're demons. Yeah, that's what I would do. Oh God! And that song's just like playing in the background.
Make it stop. It's not going to.
It's not going to. And probably the Vietnam War and probably like World War II. I think people basically have no idea how those things happen. They just Vietnam War.
Yeah, between that and World War II?
World War II.
Oh, okay.
Cold War is just when we stockpiled a bunch of nuclear weapons and crashed the USSR because they couldn't afford to do it. Which is, you know, pretty ingenious. But I mean just that, like, while World War II actually started. People really have no idea, like, about all of the racist banter that went into that. Like, people just were like, oh, we would just win and stop Hitler. Like, nah, man, we thought Japanese people were evil, demon, inhuman. Yeah, so.
Hiroshima.
Yeah. So.
Nagasaki.
Yeah.
During the Battle of Thermopylae, there was a young Spartan soldier by the name of Randicles.
Okay.
And he was my great ancestor.
Did his dad work at a clinic?
Something like that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be. It was me before I got reincarnated.
Right.
Like 20 Persians.
We're just gonna go ahead and continue this. Understand that you don't know anything about history.
Okay.
And this is probably more important.
You're right.
But Roger Simon 10 says the most common one I used to hear all the time was that Columbus discovered the world was round. Pretty much everything Columbus related was twisted. Now that I think about it. They say that he discovered America. They say that people believe that you'd fall off the side of the earth. And they said he was a compassionate, altruistic hero. Turns out they were wrong about all that. My dad once beat the shit out of me with a set of Jumbo's cables because I arrived late to a family barbecue on Columbus Day, saying that I had disrespected one of the greatest heroes of all time. But today the notion of Columbus is beginning to change. In fact, the older I get, the more I realize that most supposed heroes have huge hidden blemishes. Elvis used to sleep with 14-year-old girls. Yeah, that's true. And when I told my dad about that, he flipped out and beat the shit out of me with a set of jumper cables.
Why is it jumper cables? Why is it always jumper cables?
I think people deep down want to keep these blemishes hidden because they like to preserve the fantasy. Yeah, that's basically, I agree with you, Roger Simon 10.
Is this the same dude?
Bro, I'm just gonna keep it going. It's the same guy. You had to live the rest of your life inside the 80s TV show or movie. What is it?
Oh, man.
Growing up as I always wanted to be in Who's the Boss family. What is that?
Who's the Boss?
Yeah.
It's some show from the 80s.
Things all seem so fictional in that world of Tony Danza, I know who that is, seemed like a really good dad. I remember one episode where the daughter was caught drinking underage at a party. Tony sent her to her room and they had that heartwarming talk about it. But whenever my dad noticed one of his PBRs missing from the fridge, he just beat the shit out of me with a set of jumper cables. I swear half the time he had just forgotten he had already drank it. So he just went up there and just beat the shit out of you.
This is sad.
God, this is the new fucking Loch Ness Monster. And please don't stop with these stories. I don't check the username often enough to expect them. And they're always giving me a good laugh.
Oh, man.
Ask Reddit. What makes you feel old? Seeing my parents deteriorate. My dad in particular is getting slower, weaker, and harder of hearing every day it seems. The other day I told him to avoid touching the rails on the back steps because I had just painted them. But he didn't hear any of it, and when he got paint all over his sleeve, he beat the living shit out of me with the sun
What the fuck?
You always catch me off guard with these stories. I'm really thinking it's legit, the jumper cables. Oh, you. I'm on the other end of this loop. Fuck yeah, jumper cables. Reading.
Does he not have a belt? Does the dad not have a belt?
Nigga works in an auto shop. All I have is jumper cables.
It's better that than a fucking fan belt,
That's
right?
so true. What do you feel was your parents' biggest failure when raising you? Oh, God.
Oh, this is a long one.
Leaving me at home with my Uncle Charles. When I was 10, they told Uncle Charles to keep an eye on me while they went grocery shopping. I was sitting on the couch playing Super Dodgeball for the NES, and Uncle Charles was sitting next to me zooming in and out of the TV screen. All of a sudden he sat up and said, "Oh no, speedball, speedball." He just kept repeating those words, speedball. I figured he was talking about the game. So I was so absorbed in beating Team USSR that I didn't look away from the TV. About 20 minutes later, my dad walked into the room and found my uncle slouched over the couch with foam coming out of his mouth and nose, while I was sitting less than 3 feet away calmly playing Nintendo. My dad raced over to Charles, started shaking his body. When Charles didn't wake up, he flipped out, kicked the NES, and stormed out of the room and called an ambulance. A few minutes later, the paramedics took my uncle's body away, and my dad kicked open the bedroom door and beat me mercilessly with a set of jumper cables. I didn't yet understand that Charles had died of a drug overdose until years later, and when I found out it wasn't a speedball, I realized he probably hadn't been talking about Super Dodgeball.
That is terrible.
That is dark.
And this is so funny though.
Men of Reddit, when and why did you last cry? When I was 16, we went camping at Big Bear Lake. Me, my dad, my brother, and my dog Oscar. Oscar was a great little dog. We had to stop off at a sporting goods store to buy bait. And my dad and my brother went in while I stayed outside to watch Oscar. While they were inside, an old man with a beard walked over and started talking. What the fuck is this about? Started talking about how great a dog Oscar was. He started petting him. This can't possibly go bad. And started petting him a lot and then took Oscar's leash off. Okay, wait, this is going bad. And picked him up, hugging him and laughing while Oscar licked his face. Suddenly he turned around and carried Oscar to his truck, then tossed him inside and drove off. I'm sorry. I was stunned in disbelief, and I deeply regret not confronting him. When my dad came back outside, the first thing he said is, "Where's Oscar?" And I told him about the old guy. We drove around for the next 4 hours. over a truck, talking to various park rangers, but we never found him. When we got back to the campgrounds, my dad lost his temper and beat me mercilessly with a set of jumper cables. Dr. J is off doing his thing. The car ride back was completely silent until my dad uttered, "I bet that old man ate Oscar. A lot of homeless around these parts." My dad didn't see it, but I shed a few tears. I bet you he ate your fucking dog. Okay, there's a couple of these left. What's something that hasn't changed in design much since it was first invented? Jumper cables. My dad used to beat me with them as far back as the late 80s, and although I've never owned a set, I can see that they're pretty much exactly the same design. Still hurt like hell, too. Oh, fuck me, I'm dying. How your heart must have leapt into your chest when you saw that question. Straight to the point. Then the guy was like, have you looked at his comment history? It's crazy. If you get blamed at work for something you didn't do, is it okay to point out the person who didn't do it? And hell yeah, I think it's definitely okay. When you're at work, you gotta protect your own ass, man. But Roger Simon 10 says, I'd say it depends on the situation. I think it can seem pretty unprofessional to tattle over something minor. But if it's something you might get fired over, I think it's appropriate. I once lost a job in a movie theater because a coworker had knocked over a popcorn maker, spilling hot butter all over a customer's shirt. When I told my dad about this, he beat the shit out of me with a set of jumper cables. I later realized how pointless it was to protect the coworker, although in hindsight, I really didn't think I'd get fired for it. Y'all can see the question, you know why I'm laughing. What was the most irrational fear you had as a child? During the Gulf War of the 90s, I was terribly afraid that Saddam Hussein was going to come to the Bay Area to kill me. I brought this up with my parents and teachers constantly. The adults took this fear seriously at first, giving me extra attention and assuring me I had nothing to worry about. But eventually they just roll their eyes and tell me to stop mentioning it. When I heard news reports of a massive fire in Oklahoma, I told my dad that I thought it might have been started by Saddam Hussein. My dad brought me into the garage and beat me with a set of jumper cables for about 20 minutes and told me to never mention Saddam Hussein's name again, which I didn't until several years later. I would imagine you would have an irrational fear of jumper cables by now. That's what everyone was thinking. Saddam Hussein, nobody saw it coming. It's in the surprise. Okay, here's the last one. What is something people do to try to be polite that actually make you mad? Holding the door open 20 feet away. That actually is really fucking true. Holding the door open in general, actually, well damn. I can manage opening a door by myself, thanks. What's worse is that they'd expect you to do the same for everyone else. I began protesting a few months back. One day I was heading to work in a really bad mood. My dad had beat the shit out of me earlier that morning with a set of jumper cables. And I got in and told myself, that's it, Roger, no more opening doors. People sometimes give me dirty looks, but that's their problem, not mine. This guy, what? And that person just linked it, reddit.com user, Roger Simon 10 comments, page 1.
That's funny. That's fucking hilarious.
This dude is funny, bro. This dude is funny, yo. There is more of these yet to read, and I will get to them. If this gets enough love, I'll definitely go through those, bro, because that shit is funny. Fucking The Legend of Roger Simon 10. Thanks for sending me this, dude. Any good suggestions of shit like this, I'll definitely do this shit on the channel. If the message you write me is good enough. If it's just, hey, do this, do this, do this, I probably just won't. That's just how it is, man. I'm spoiled now. This is Dr. J, and the women you already know. He's gonna be dropping some shit on his channel. Probably some of this Roger Simon shit.
You know, I think I might do that.
I think he might.
I'm gonna find these. Because you know what's fun? The jumper cables, it doesn't get old.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's just because it's like, how are you? Like, when I start reading these, now I'm like, how is he gonna throw jumper cables in here?
Yeah.
And then he does, and it's like, nigga, this shit is funny. Like, I didn't expect him to throw it in there that way, but it is hilarious.
This is fucking good, dude. Appreciate that shit. But yeah, man, this video's gone on long enough, man. I'll definitely see y'all next time, bro. And welcome to ChavezzSlovakia.